Chapter 5, the social interaction, interpersonal relation, and communication in the learning process. Contents, we have introduction, the social interaction, interpersonal relation, communication, and school classroom as social entity. Part 1, we have introduction. In the early chapter, you have been introduced to how and why learning occurs as explained by the social dimensions of learning. This view further asserts that learning takes place in a social context, in that learning is basically a social phenomenon. So, diba guys, na-explain na ng mga other groups from chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 patungkol sa learning. Kung ano yung learning at ano yung definition ng learning, yung concepts, at sino-sino yung mga tao na nag-define ng learning. So, basically, the definition of learning is a process that brings together personal and environmental experiences and influences for acquiring, enriching, or modifying one's knowledge, skills, values, attitude, and behavior. So, yun. So, it means further that social-cultural factors play an important role in learning. Given this view, it means that the philosophical and methodological approaches to teaching and learning should capitalize on techniques that considered situations which are social in nature. Itong social-cultural factors na sinasabi dito is very malaki yung kanyang impact o yung role niya in our learning process because yung learning dito is nakikita natin na based siya doon sa personal experiences at yung mga expectation through social interaction. Dahil nga, di ba, sa social, way of socializing people, way of communicating other people, and also yung way na mapakita natin or ma-practice natin yung different culture and tradition natin as a person. So yun, nagdadala sa atin yun ng different experiences na kung saan magagamit natin yung experiences na yun in our new situation. Na-apply natin yun in new situation na magkaroon tayo ng learning. So, yun. So, this chapter looks into how specific relationships have a hand on learning. It also looks into consequences of social interaction behavior on social-emotional climate in classroom. Here, we have the intended learning outcome. So, ang intended learning outcome of this chapter is to relate the social interactions, interpersonal relations, and communication in the learning process. So, itong tatlo, itong social, inter, at saka yung communication is ano-ano yung ugnayan niya, ano-ano yung connections niya na mapasok natin siya sa tinatawag na learning process. Yun. Learning points. Meaning of social interaction, interpersonal relation, and communication. In the early chapters, point to the view that learning takes place in social context. It should be borne in mind, though, that the social-cultural factors do not totally explain and influence learning, but nevertheless, they are very important. It is because people are social creatures, and everyone lives within a social context. So, itong point ng statement na ito, itong social creatures is, di ba, ang tao is belong to the one race. Yung sinasabi ng human race, which is, meron tayong community, yung tawag na society, or group of people, group of individual around the society, around the environment. So, doon pa lang is nagkakaroon tayo ng interaction, yung communication na kung saan leading to have experiences. That experiences lead to our new learning. So yun, itong social creature, ang main niya dito yung human race. Paano yung isang tao, isang individual na naka-affect yung makikipag interact niya doon sa kapwa niya, which lead to have a learning. Yan. The basic and keyword related to social dimension of learning will first have to be defined and understood. These are social interaction, interpersonal relations, and communication. All of this connote exchange relationship. Learning can be enhanced when the learner has the opportunity to interact and collaborate with others, especially on instructional tasks in school. So, diba, sa school, sa classroom, yung teacher at saka yung estudyante, nagkakaroon lamang ng learning na tinatawag at ma-enhance natin yung learning na sinasabi if magkakaroon ng opportunity ang students and teachers, or most especially yung students, na makipag-interact at makipag-collaborate with others, schoolmate niya rin. Especially on an instructional task in school. Especially doon na nagkaroon ng interaction, yung collaboration and communication if yung teacher magbigay na ng mga different activities, different tasks, which nagkakaroon ng cooperation na yun at yung collaboration na. So yun. The social interaction. Social interaction is an exchange between two or more individuals. By interacting with one another, people design rules, systems, and institutions. It is a dynamic changing sequence of social actions between individuals or group. So, ang point lang ng social interaction is yung kung paano makipag-interact, paano makipag-communicate yung every person around the community or around in the environment na leading to or has an outcome of learning. Exchanging of thoughts, ideas, perspectives, at marami pang iba. So, through that social interaction, nagkakaroon tayo ng learning na tinatawag.
These kids want to do well, are capable of doing well, and can do well when they're provided with the type of support that takes into account that learning, at its best, is the outcome of social interaction. That when we approach instruction, learning to read and write, learning to spell, learning math, learning concepts in science, history, even foreign language, works well when we approach instruction from the standpoint of social interaction, primarily one-on-one, because that's where we have the opportunity to adjust the level of support and to correct where there's misunderstanding, to provide opportunities for repetition, to offer strategies for understanding the concept or remembering information. And these strategies and these principles of education are crucial to helping students with a wide range of learning and behavioral differences.
In addition, social interaction also provides the foundation or basis for the social cultures and structures. It refers to how people act and how they react to people around them. It includes those acts which people perform and the way other people react or respond to this. Ang point lang dito na nagkakaroon ng social interaction if kung paano yung tao mag-act o paano niya at kung paano rin yung tao na mag-react sa yung situation or yung pangyayari na yun. So doon, from act to react, paano yung tao mag-act and react sa different situation na yun. So doon pala nagkakaroon na ng social interaction.
Social interaction is simply the process by which people act and react in relation to others. Whenever people converse or yell or fight or play sports, that's social interaction.
According kay Irving Goffman, a sociologist, he identified the 5 types of social interaction, namely exchange, competition, cooperation, conflict, and coercion. First, we have exchange. Exchange is the most basic type of social interaction, a process whereby the social behavior is exchanged for some type of reward or equal or greater value. Itong exchange is very common sa atin dahil nga, like for example, in school, in our community, around in our different places na nagkakaroon tayo ng instant communication, instant interaction around within our community, most especially in school dahil nga nagkakaroon ng exchanging of thoughts, exchanging of ideas, and perspective in life. Dahil nga, for example nito yung teacher and student. So, magbibigay yung teacher ng mga lesson and topics na kung saan mag-react or magiging active agent yung students na mag-raise ng mga inquiries or questions na pwedeng mabigyan ng instant knowledge and information ng teacher na yun. So doon pala nagkakaroon ng instant communication and interaction. So yun, exchange. So competition naman, it is a social process by which two or more people attempt to attain a goal which only one can. Dito naman is best example yung mga sa different sports and different activities na involve yung two or more people or as a group. So, di ba, in attaining sa sports naman, yung main goal talaga nila dito is manalo at makilala. Ito sa yung attaining goal nila is yun, to achieve yung nais nilang marating, yung kanilang purpose o yung layunin nila as a group. So, dito naman sa cooperation is a process by which people work together to attain common goal. So, yung kanina sa competition, attaining goal, ito naman sa cooperation is we have a common goals na tinatawag. Meaning to say, like for example, dito yung sa school. So, di ba ang teacher magbigay ng mga different tasks, activities, na kung saan involved lahat ng mga students. Like for example, magawa ng mga project like ngayon sa college, yung paggawa ng thesis o yung research. So, as a group, we need to cooperate, we need to collaborate na para matapos natin yung paggawa ng daily task na yun o yung research na yun. So, kung ma-achieve natin yun at natapos talaga natin yun in a specific time, magkakaroon lang tayo ng tinatawag na common goal, which is nakuha na talaga natin yung purpose natin o yung objective natin na yun talaga matatapos na yun. So doon lang nagkakaroon ng cooperation. Dito naman sa conflict is happens when there is disagreement or dissent on certain points among group members. Sa conflict is common ito siya within sa school. O diba, hindi naman lahat ng mga estudyante is maganda yung treat sa ibang students din. So, sometimes, nagkakaroon din tayo ng conflict like yung pag-aaway na parang yung pagkakaroon ng bullying. So, yun, nagkakaroon ng conflict na so, yun, very na siya. At minsan, meron din sa school na nagkakaroon ng conflict if sa mga different thoughts and perspective or ideas na kung saan meron talagang tao na tawag yan yung hindi siya pabor sa isang concept, hindi siya pabor sa isang idea. So, again siya doon. Which is, parang nagkakaroon na rin ng conflict na tinatawag. Dito naman sa coercion naman, is a process of persuading someone to do something or to cooperate using force, threat, or intimidation. So, coercion naman is yung process of interacting natin dito is iba. Merong cooperation na nangyayari but gumagamit tayo ng force or yung threat or intimidation na tinatawag. Mean to say, parang pinapressure natin yung isang tao na gawin yung isang certain activities, certain tasks in a specific time na dapat mapasa na talaga natin yun siya. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng force na dapat yun, matapos talaga yung activity na yun. Dapat yun talaga, wala nang iba. So, yun. All in all, the positive or negative consequences of these types of social interaction could be either be positive or negative, depending on how these interactions are managed or handled. For example, the use of teaching techniques that harness cooperation among students to work on problem-solving tasks where they work together and contribute to the solution of problems, and may create them a feeling of success and satisfaction. On the other hand, the use of force or intimidation on students for them to finish and complete assigned tasks can lead negative feelings or dislikes, anxiety or indifferences. So sa statement dito, ito yung general definition na o yung general explanation na doon sa 5 types of social interaction na binanggit ni Erving Goffman. So, yun na yun siya. Very self-explanatory naman siya. So, next